Good day, my name is Jerry, and welcome to Kathon's Journey, where I will be showing my journey throughout the Philippines and Asia. My motto is, go ahead and take the risk, no matter what anyone says, as to live an adventure for a fun and fulfilling life. This journey is going to take us island hopping, and our first one I went to was this Pandon Beach Island. It's basically a sand barge that was quite a ways away from it, almost to Bohol. And you can see I'm on the ocean side here. We got a little welcome committee here saying hi. And again, it is a sand barge. It has these huts down here. You'll see what's on the other side, a little lagoon on the other side. But it was two sides of this little island, one for the tourists, which we're looking at now, then the other side where some people live. You can see some damage here from the hurricane or typhoon Odette that came through last year, especially on this building right here. You see a lot of damage which they have not repaired yet. So I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. But it was a very nice island. We had a barbecue there. I actually met some people on the beach a few days before this, and they invited me with them and some other people that were going out island hopping this weekend we were out there. So here I'm on that same island, basically on top of the sand barge, filming on the lagoon side. You see there's this big sand barge right here. Here's the huts that we stayed in, one of them there. There was another, quite a few people there. They looked like they were at a birthday party or something. So that was the boat that brought us out. They're heading out again. There was two guys that were going out diving when we came there, and so they'll be back later to pick us up. Basically, we were there all day. We were there at least 8 hours. Again, we went swimming and partied a little bit there, and we had actually a chef with us, and he actually made this great fish over the grill, and it was awesome. I mean, there was 12 of us that went, and so he had quite a few fish and a lot of other local delicacies, I guess you could say, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good eating. So here's another island we went to. I actually left my phone on, my recording on the boat, so I didn't get a chance, but we were going by it. I did grab a picture of it here, a video, so you can see what it's like. And actually, when we were there that weekend, met somebody, and we went to an island that same weekend. I think it was 2 days later, where they had a festival on their island. Now here we have another journey heading out to Olango Island, which basically is an island I see all the time from my condo unit. We're taking off here on the ferry. You see where we left the ferry at right there. That was the port that we went out of with that big hotel behind it. Here comes another ferry, probably most likely from Olango, going to the port that we just left. That building in front there that you see, that is Shangri-La, a 5-star resort, which is a great resort. It's got a couple of beaches, 2 huge pools. I'll have another video on that later. Those buildings behind it is actually my condo area, which you zoom up there, basically behind that large crane that they're putting that building on. To the right of it is where my condo was. So I was looking at Olango Island basically every day, and so we're heading out there today to again go out there and see what's there. So again, we're on the ferry, we're heading over. This is on the mainland Cebu side. This right here is the channel that's heading out there. You'll see there's a lot of resort areas along here. So there's a few parasailers out here. And now this is the ferry that we're on. Right there's my motorcycle. So right there's Olango Island, which is where we're going to. You got a couple, another parasail over here. There is a marine sanctuary that's over on this island. That's where we're going to be snorkeling at. So that was pretty nice. You'll see again right there's my motorcycle with my fins and my backpack or case that goes on the bike right there, heading over. And it's pretty calm. You're just going across the channel, so again, it's pretty calm as you go across. So you're seeing these parasailers. They're out there almost every day. From a lot of them are from, 2 or 3 of them I know are from Shangri-La Resort that we just saw. So here we're coming into the port over in Olango. It is long. You see some boats here that are anchored in the bay there. It's a pretty big island as far as the islands around there. We went to a lot of other island hopping, or a few of them anyways, and they're a lot smaller. This is a pretty good island. They have their own community on the island. They have their own electricity on the island. I'm not quite sure how they get it. Unlike 2 of the other islands I had, even though there was their own community that's there all year round, they do not have electricity from the mainland. They actually most of them have generators. They did have solar there, big huge solar array for a while that did a lot of the town, but they didn't do any maintenance on it and it went out eventually. So again, here's the port that we're coming into. It does have a long pier that comes out. Again, we're arriving into Olango Island, and right here is the front of our barge or our ferry, the boat, and you'll see where it's opening up, and you'll see where we're going in there to drop in the tail or the fantail. Right here where we're going in. Now there was this little island which I'll zoom in on here. It has a little hut on it. I thought that was pretty interesting. You know, I don't think anybody lives there now, but nice little island there with the hut. As long as you didn't mind all the traffic coming in, you have your own little island. That'd be kind of cool. So here we're driving around. We're on the island right now. We're driving around. Somebody was filming while I was driving, so we stopped right here. We saw these people swimming. It was high tide. You have these kids in here swimming, and you know, they saw us, say hello. There they are, playing in the water. And then here is the actual marine sanctuary. There's my bike. They run out bicycles there you can ride around. That's the entrance right there where you pay an entrance to get through. And right here is what's called St. Vincent Marine Sanctuary. This is the pricing. It was like something like $280 a piece to go in and snorkel. Or you know, to swim you know, in the marine sanctuary. You got to be careful, you know, you can't take anything, you can't be careful not to touch the coral, and but it was a pretty good snorkeling because of the marine sanctuary. And again, they had changing rooms, everything you need there in order to change and get ready. So here, walking out to it, it is a long path, this pier, you know, man-made pier here going out through these mangroves, and it was a pretty good walking distance from the starting point here through the mangroves. But you'll see here in a bit, once we get past the mangroves, it was still quite a bit of a bridge. It's man-made floating bridge once we got out there to the final end of where the place was, where it had food and drinks and everything, where you could basically have a base to go out. So that's it on the other side right here. You see how long it is. This is where you can stay there. Again, they got food, they got, you know, beer, alcohol. You can swim around this area right here. You can see everything is floating, the floating dock, walking out. So it's, again, it was a pretty good distance to get out there. I'm not sure what this structure was for or going to be for, but they do bring in boats here to go snorkeling also, which you see right here. These are outside boats doing island hopping that come in for their tourists and drop them off, and they can go snorkeling in the marine sanctuary. I'm sure they pay through the boat in order to go snorkeling around here. Here's somebody heading out or going to the boat, I'm not sure. So yeah, you can swim right here, go down, take off right here, which is what I did. I went on the other side of that little building there and just we took off out snorkeling. That's the Olango beach side. Here we're walking back. They have a beach over on the right, you'll see here. Again, this is Olango Island. A lot of mangroves, and again, really quite a distance out for this man-made pier coming out to walk out there. Mangroves on both sides. So we're walking. It's pretty shaky too as you're walking through here. You can see where we're going in, starting to mangrove. But had a nice beach there to the right, and again, mangroves. A lot of mangroves around the whole island basically. And here's where we get into starting to scuba. Now, when I was there at that little building I showed you at the Marine Sanctuary, there was this guy selling some seafood in a little plastic bottle. I actually bought some. So here I'm dropping it in for the fish. You'll see a little jellyfish right there. It's kind of hard to catch, but a little jellyfish. And then we got some clownfish in here. And this was the first time I saw this, where the clownfish actually come out, turn sideways to make themselves bigger in order to keep a predator from getting too close to their, domain, their house or whatever. They kept doing that. I have seen that afterwards with other clownfish doing that, or Nemos, whatever you want to call them. But I thought it was pretty interesting when I did see this. So, but pretty good view of the clownfish here. Then here are these large clams. I did not put my finger really inside them, obviously, but I did touch the outside of them, and then they closed real quick. But you can see how many clams, these large clams that are down there in the sanctuary. So I don't know how many would have pearls or something, or if these are the type that do or not. I don't know. Obviously, you can't take them or nothing. But you can see where I was kind of touching them real quick and to make them close. And I know they're strong. There's no way you can really open them by grabbing them. You got to cut them open. So here we are on the way home from island hopping, and have a pretty nice sunset when we came back. So just enjoy the sunset. There's one picture of instead of a video of. Get a lot of these out there, a lot of good sunsets. I'll probably take some more pictures of those. Anyway, I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, now we get into the cost sheet for the Mactan island hopping. First one was gas, not much. Again, the both ferry docks that we went to, one of them's only like 5 minutes away, the other one's about 15 minutes away. So I just estimated some gas on there, about 120 pesos for both of them. The big one after that is the ferry that we took to Olango over to the island. It only usually costs about 60 pesos without no bike or moped or any motorcycle going across. So it's pretty cheap if you want to do it individually and then rent a motor scooter over there. But if you take your bike like I did, it cost me about 480 pesos in order to take the 400cc over. After that, while we was in Olango, we did the Marine Sanctuary, about 320 pesos. That included in the sanctuary, the environmental fee, all the fees they have, about 2 or 3 of them. I had my own scuba equipment or snorkeling equipment, but you have to pay for swimming in it. So about 320, and it would be a little less for 2 or 3 people or more. I'd say probably about 220 to 240 per person after that. The big one is the boat that we took out to Pandanon Island. Its total cost was 12,000 pesos, and it was a huge boat. I mean, we had 12 people that went with us at that time, and we could at least double that, if not more. But it's the guy that did it. He goes to the same boat all the time, same place that he dives with. So we just all agreed. There wind up being 4 of us paying out of that, so each of us paid 3,000 pesos. Now, obviously, if you have more people paying, then it'd be less, or I'm sure if you get a smaller boat and going out there, then it would be less too. So there, you could take it off twice for that. And after that was just the food. Luckily, we had a chef with us, a professional chef that did work at one of the resorts,
and I bought 2 large fish. Everybody bought a little bit of something and some rice, and he cooked it up, did an awesome job doing that. And then I also bought some Red Horse beer and a few other things, and about 600 pesos. So both trips cost me about 5,720 pesos, or about $108. Again, both these were all day trips, taking the ferry over, going across the strait there. The one we did see some turtles on, and basically great island hopping on both. Now there are a lot more islands that you can go to, 2 or 3 a day. They're a lot smaller, and hop one might be like a sand barge, but definitely more island hopping that you can do. I'd probably say you could probably do 2 or 3 islands a day, and for about a week before you maybe hit them all. So it's real good to do that, and had a great time doing it. All right, appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye.
You know what to do. Go ahead and hit those buttons. And thank you for watching Caithan's Journey.